Hi and welcome to another installment of Math Basics, Mr. Besh. Here's another one and done. This is a sample question from the Pennsylvania Keystone for algebra. A few students have requested this. They wanted to know exactly when would you use one of these equations we've been working on in class outside rather than just on the coordinate plane using x and y's. Well, first off, if you look at the equation that they have here, right there, all right, that is an equation technically in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, where m is 8 and b is plus 3. And what's happening is they are asking you to deduce information about this equation based on a situation. For instance, you got C, which represents your cost, the amount of money that you spend total for pizzas. Now, when you buy pizzas, think about this. Just think about this for a second. Every pizza you buy costs more money. So that's the thing that's going to change. And if you look, if you buy 0 pizzas, you spent $0. But once you buy a pizza, according to this, it says it adds a delivery fee. Now, every pizza you order, they don't just keep adding another delivery fee over and over again. The delivery fee stays the same, and that's what's referred to as a constant. So when I look at my equation, all right, and I think back to all the things we talked about, like independent variable and dependent variable, when I look at these, C is the dependent variable. The cost is going to depend on P, how many pizzas I order in the first place. If I don't order any pizzas, I don't have any cost. If I order one pizza, then it's going to charge me $8 for the one pizza and then plus 3 for a delivery fee. So the cost of one pizza delivered would be $11. Now, if I ordered 2 pizzas, all right, I put a 2 in there for P, that's going to give me 16 plus 3 is going to give me $19 as a total cost. So now you have to take a look at these 4 answer candidates here and choose which one makes sense. So now the first one, we can rule this out immediately. The cost of 8 pizzas is $11. That doesn't even really make any sense. The second one, the cost of 3 pizzas is $14. Well, if I put a 3 right here in here, that's going to be 8 times 3, which is 24, and 24 plus 3 is not going to make 14. So we rule B out immediately. Then we come down to C. It says each pizza costs $8 and the delivery fee is $3. Okay? Well, now this is the one, this is my candidate that makes the most sense, because down here each pizza costs $3 and the delivery fee is $8. Well, this 8 here is next to P. That means for every pizza you get, you're going to be charged an $8 delivery fee. That just doesn't make sense. So, okay, well, when we're all said and done here, C is our obvious choice. I know this question was a little bit easy, but when you get questions along the lines like this, some of them may be a little bit more difficult, but the procedure is basically the same. Some of these answers might not quite be as obvious as this one, but what you can always do in these multiple choice questions is, like we did here with A and B, some of these answers are pretty bad, and if you can narrow it down to the last 2 and make a little bit more sense with the variables, everything tends to work out pretty good. One last thing I want to mention, with this equation in a slope-intercept form, we already talked about like the independent and dependent variable, but also if I were graphing this, the C value would be in place of Y, and the P value would be in place of X. And then this here, this 8, which would be my slope, another way that I could refer to the slope is that rate of change. So sometimes you'll see those terms or terminology interchangeable with one another, slope, rate of change, because they mean the same thing. And if I were to graph this, you would see on the graph, bottom line is the more pizzas I buy, the total cost would increase. So now as X increases to the right on my number line, then my graph goes up on the y-axis. So that's basically what this word problem is coming out to be. So that's that. That's taking an equation and applying it in the real world of what we did with a graphic equation in slope-intercept form. I hope you found this video both helpful and informative.